So how are you, Miss JoJo?
Doing great.
You
I
look
am, and
great.
thank you. This is your
Of
color, by
course.
the way. Yellow is gorgeous. It's popping.
Well, we're kind of
Yes,
matching. I love how we're connecting the yellows here.
yes. This is a scarf. This is like I've been using this scarf for everything. I'll use it like in my purse. I'll use it as to tie up my hair. This is just my I've worn it as a skirt. My multi-purpose summer item is a scarf.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know. I didn't even think to like use it as a skirt, as a look at you, girl.
It's so fun.
Okay. 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 Well, first of all, first and foremost, I want to tell you I've been following your career for since you were 13. I must admit. You've been
Thank you.
killing it, in my opinion. I love, like, I just was listening to Deluxe, the Deluxe albums, you
Yeah,
know. Yes.
thank
I
you.
was like, hey, okay, look at her go. But I want to kind of talk about, because you started so young, here you are, you've gone through a lot at, at a young age. Um, Through all of that process, like, what have you, I hate to be so cliche and say, what have you learned? But you were so young doing it, and then this bombshell with the label, and you not being, your voice was silenced for so long.
Sorry, my phone cut out.
That's okay.
I mean, I guess my takeaway is that you don't know what you don't know until you know something new. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I do feel that all the highs and lows, all the different experiences that I've had, however you want to categorize them, have really made me into a really resilient individual and somebody that I'm very proud of. And
Right.
I think that longevity is more important than, you know, shooting to the stratosphere and staying there for a little while. It's so crazy the heights that I reached at, with my first single at such a young age. But the longevity that I've been able to have in my career is more meaningful to me than anything, because I want to do this for the rest of my life. So I think that having both amazing successes and different obstacles to get over has made the victories even that much more sweet,
Hmm.
and given me perspective on what is really important, which is a connection with human beings, and with me getting in touch with my authentic self as much as I can, and trying to put that forward.
No, for sure. I was just sitting and talking to my boyfriend last night, and we were just talking about, like, our journey, right, together. And sometimes something, what you think, or what that person perceives that's going through it, was bad, but it actually was, it had to happen to be part of the journey.
Oh, yes. And sometimes it's very inconvenient and not at all in the way that you envisioned it, but God laughs at our plans. There is, I just believe that there is a purpose for everything. There's a lesson in everything. So whether there was pain, discomfort, trauma, tragedy, whatever, victory, triumph, success, there's good and bad in everything. So I just
Right.
think it's like it sharpens our perspective. Um even like from a relationship standpoint, I've done a lot of things that I'm not proud of. I've been in relationships and I'm like, oh, that was such a waste of time, or I'm such an idiot for engaging in that, or whatever. But like, it's gotten me to this place where I'm it's made me very strong. I know what I want. It's all important. All important.
Absolutely. I did see a tweet that you put out, and it spoke to me. You said that when you're not looking for Mr. Right, it's something, it was like, when you're not looking for a like, basically,
I think I
it,
said you'll find him when you don't give an F if you find
That's
him
true.
ever.
Yes. No, no, no. I swear that works.
Yo, when
Swear.
you stop caring, when you it's really become, you get in your own bag, and you're really like, my therapist and I talk about this a lot, about how she hates the idea of, finding your other half. She's like, honey, it is two holes coming together. And sometimes if you want to intersect like a Venn diagram, but it's about your hole, and we can, have fun. But like, I don't need you to complete me. So
Yes.
that's the vibe.
Yes. No, it is a vibe. It's definitely a vibe. And I feel like it's a lot. I think a lot of people would feel a little better if they understood that a little bit more.
Mm.
Because when you become at peace with yourself and at peace of where you're at, and then all of a sudden all of these things that you wanted maybe previously comes to fruition, or you're like,
Yeah, you end
wow.
up attracting that which you are putting out. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if you feel successful and confident and attractive and worthy, you're gonna manifest those experiences and sometimes those people that mirror that. I don't know. I know it sounds very woo woo. Maybe I've lived in LA too long, but I believe
No,
it. It's
no,
real to
no.
me.
I know. Look, I manifested this apartment. I'm telling you, from
Woo!
from everything. I just moved in July, and like I sit on, my balcony every night, and I'm like, I cannot believe it's all mine. So manifestation works to the ultimate. I want to put out videos about it.
I hope
Um,
you do. Yes.
she's like, I hope you do. But within this time, I think, and you let me know how you feel, but within this quarantine, we've all kind of learned a little bit something about ourselves. What's something that you learned about yourself that you never thought that you would do or like or be a part of?
I learned that structure is more important than I realized for me. Since I've been in the music industry for such a long time, since I was literally prepubescent, I, I had my schedule written out for me. Like I knew what was gonna happen. So in this 2020 that we've all had, there's so much uncertainty and so much, for a lot of us, a lot of time that we needed. We just had a lot of, okay, what are we gonna do with the day, especially in the beginning of it, like how are we gonna manage our time? And so I found that like writing a schedule out for myself was really helpful in making me feel on track, making me feel like I could check little things off the list, whether it's like, okay, I completed a workout, I, you know, was on this Zoom call, I got to listen in on some information to about an issue that's important to me, so I can feel more well versed and a part of the process of change. So whether it's that, whether it's cooking for yourself, whether it's uh, scheduling in a meditation, doing work, writing or having interviews, I just found that I need that I excel in having some type of structure. Like if I'm just like, oh, you'd have a full day to, I get overwhelmed with like, if I don't know what it is that I have to do. So
For
there's
sure.
there's there's that, but also I learned that I'm a really good plant-based chef. I be
I was just about to
chefing it
say,
up.
speaking of cooking, so I've been doing a Foodie Friday too, on my
Ooh,
Instagram live, and I was like, me and her should like, because I make the
collab.
best egg, yes, eggplant parmigiana, and I was gonna do buffalo cauliflower. It's so good the way that I do it, like the way that I mix it too. So I
So
was like.
are you
Mhm.
plant-based or do you just have these in your repertoire?
I just have these in my repertoire. I call myself, because I do Foodie Friday, so I just made like, uh, which I'm gonna put out later on Friday, a copycat version of Starbucks vanilla bean frappuccino,
Oh,
and
wow.
and so my boyfriend films it for me. And so after, I'm telling people, what when I was recording it, I'm like, you could add coffee, you can add some alcohol,
Baileys. Yeah.
you know. So he went and put the whole pot of coffee in there. He was like, you know what, this is even better than Starbucks. This is exactly what I
Making
do
things at home is
is
better. It's so much more satisfying.
yes, yes. But I need to start getting into plant-based. Um, I dabble. I was doing keto for a while. I'm trying to get this weight off. It's just, it's like,
I've it's everybody's body is so different. It's such a personal journey, and I don't believe that one size fits all, like when it comes
right.
to a way of eating and everything. But if I could just speak to the wonderfulness of plant-based eating, it has been a lot easier for me to feel in control of, not in control, but like in the flow, in just in a good place with my body, with my weight, and with how I'm nourishing myself. I found it's just much easier when you take a few things out of your diet, but then you can say yes to so many other things. I don't know, it's a
Hmm.
shift in my mindset that has
So
been positive for me.
if I'm doing the eggplant parmigiana, is the marinara sauce okay? Is that
Yeah,
plant-based? Oh,
yeah.
okay. Okay.
Marinara sauce is great. I just did a raw lasagna actually, and it's on my other page, which is JoJo's Sweet Spots, where I do vegan cooking and like recipes and
Yeah, yeah,
baking
yeah.
and mixology and stuff. But marinara sauce is very much plant-based because it's really just, you know, different types of tomatoes and oil, seasoning, however else you want to get down with it. But it's the Parmesan that's a little difficult. But there's a lot of great like almond cheeses, cashew cheeses
For
that you can
sure.
play around with.
For sure. I would love to collab with you. I
I love
know
it.
when I interviewed Snoop and, he does the whole cooking thing, I
Yeah,
was like, we should collab. That's a
I
different
love
plant
it.
based.
Yeah, yeah, it's too much for me. I can't.
No, for sure. But I have seen that you've been diving into that. So you are vegan.
I'm not a perfect vegan. That's why I call it plant-based, because I
Okay.
will still have a little cheese every once in a while.
Cheese. Yeah, for sure, for sure. No, but I love it. Anything else that you think you'll add to it, or what's your favorite like recipe that you cook that everybody seems to love? Or
I really love making uh, my own interpretation of Indian dishes, because Indian cuisine is a lot of amazing seasoning and beautiful preparation. So, Indian food, Thai cuisine, Thai food uses a lot of um,
yes.
coconut milk, so you can really have that creamy, nice sauce, but and
Mm.
add in whatever type of vegetables you want. So, I would say things that have a lot of flavor. Those two cuisines being two of my favorite things to play with as far as the palette or whatever. But yeah, I do like a nice coconut cilantro lime rice with
Mm.
some curried lentils, chickpeas, cauliflower, whatever vegetables I have lying around. I'd love doing that.
Oh yeah. So if you have a moment to concoct some stuff with me, maybe you could teach me how to do a recipe. I would love
I
it. I
like
would love
it.
it.
Okay,
I would
we
love
should
it.
do it.
So let's talk about good to know.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. So you are dropping the deluxe album on the 28th.
Finally, yeah.
My birthday, it's like a birthday present for me. My birthday's on the 31st. So thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
happy birthday. You'll have a soundtrack to rock
Yeah,
to.
that's right. That's right. So I've see that you worked with Demi Lovato on this, and quite a few others. I did check out What You Need. Look at you popping and locking. I mean, you were so cute. You were so cute.
Popping
I
and
was like
locking.
popping and locking. I said, get it, go
We had
JoJo, go
fun. We had so
JoJo.
much fun. I just wanted to dance and be free. It was really cute. And the song just felt like it had the energy that needed to be supported with some friggin' cute moves. So we
Yeah,
did it.
absolutely. Now, did you do that through quarantine? Did you guys do that for real?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we all got tested for COVID, and then
Nice.
um, you know, rehearsed together for a day and then shot the video, and but it was all in quarantine. Yeah, I mean, all under these conditions. Yeah, so we had like a
Correct.
COVID officer, someone that was taking our temperature with one of those temperature guns, and really wild.
Is this what you need? Is that directed towards someone?
Kind of, but it's more like, what more could you want, honey? Like, I have everything you need. So if do you want to be in love? Do you want to do a relationship? Because I can't just like wait around. Like, I'm hot
Right.
commodity. So what's up?
I
It's kind
love
of
it.
the energy.
So is that the energy of the whole album?
Uh, what you need is like the the confidence that I found toward the end of Good to Know, because
Got you.
coming into it, I was dealing with a lot of, as many of us were in 2020, going through an introspection, whether we were ready for it or not, because we were isolated, we were forced to confront so many things, not only in our personal life, but as a collective society, as a human race. There's been a lot of internal investigation, and just things that, whether you were ready or not for it, here we are. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
so there was a lot of processing and stuff in Good to Know. Some of it was me wanting to escape myself, me not really digging myself, or decisions I've made in my personal life. But then toward the end of it, arriving to this place of forgiveness, acceptance, and peace, confidence.
Mm-hmm.
So what you need, and these songs on the deluxe version of the album are, I think some of them are even better than what's on the standard album. They're just, they really stand up, and they all have their own importance. Like, I selected each of them for a reason. And my yeah, confidence is interesting though, because it's not like you just arrive there and stay there. Like, it's a sliding
Mm-hmm.
scale. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what's your favorite song off of the deluxe?
right now it's X, One Thing Wrong, and it's basically like, you had one shot with me, and that was, you were really lucky to have that shot. If you did one thing wrong in your life, it was not acting right with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Yeah, it is confidence. It is a bit of like bravado, but it feels very good to say those things.
No, for sure. And then you could sing them too, so it makes it even sound prettier, you know? Um, One thing that because I follow you on Twitter, um, FYI, but I did see that you took um, Tory Lanez off of or Lane's off of your song. Why was that so important for you to do? Because that could have been, I mean, I know, but um, sometimes some people are afraid of like, oh, what bridge is this gonna burn in the business for me with other things? Or
I just
I know
I
it's a
don't think about
no-brainer
it like that. Yeah, to me it was really a no-brainer. I believe Meg. She has no reason to
for
lie about
sure.
this. Literally zero reason. So I just believe her. That's it. Um, and I know that it is dangerous to convict someone who hasn't, convict somebody in the court of public opinion without them going through due process. But that's not my thing to do. I don't have that. I'm not a jury or a judge or anything. I'm just one person who can do the right thing. And I think that, I just think it's as simple as that. And I'm just horrified by what she went through. I'm just really, it's really hard to understand. And that's all I can really say about it, is that it's awful. It's unacceptable.
I mean, especially what I would consider, you know, musically, you guys are all peers, even though you're different genres. At the end of the day, you're making art with your voice, with your, you know what I mean?
We're all in our 20s making music. We're
right.
This is
And that,
community.
I mean, whatever the details are, you know, I mean, I thought it was very upstanding for you to, you know, support another woman, you know what I mean? Especially another Black woman, you know? So I think you made the right decision. And if anybody, I just, when I saw it, you did that, I said, wow, it's a no-brainer, but at the same time, you know, we all kind of get like, okay, is this decision, how's this decision
absolutely
gonna, you know?
Look,
what
and
I mean?
a lot of people did share their opinions with me, who were privy to the choice that I was gonna make, and I heard different sides, but it didn't matter. That's it.
Yeah. Moving on. I wanted to know, before you go, you've been in this business for so many years, but I don't think I've heard you express it, but you might have, and maybe I missed it. But you've had plenty of opportunities to work with so many different people. But who is it that you haven't ever had an opportunity to work with, that you're like, I'm dying to work with this person in the studio?
Honestly, it would be so amazing to work with Kendrick Lamar. He's my favorite rapper, perhaps of all time. That's saying a lot. I love hip hop, so but he has made some of my favorite albums, from Good Kid, Mad City to Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, Section 80, even that like Untitled project that he did. I'm truly, truly a fan of his, and I think it's really cool when he writes melodies for singers, like what he did with his collaboration with Rihanna and with Beyonce. Like he is so special and so important, and he's just one of my favorite artists. So yeah, I would say him and Drake. that would be
awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, for sure. On the last note, I want to ask you, after, I mean, because now we're in this new normal, right? So after this is all, I hate to say said and done, because I'm kind of feeling like it's not
I kind of don't know if it will be. Yeah,
I
don't know.
And that's the scary part. But let's just say calm down. Is that better? Okay.
Sure.
Let me just give you an example. I feel like, okay, once this calms down, I'm going to blank, because I feel like maybe before I took for granted, or like, this has changed me in some way. I'm trying to get it out and not try to.
I think I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? And not go down this like political thing or whatever. But
no, it's unfortunate how partisan and politicized this year is. Of course, this was a really important year because it was going to be an election regardless. But for anybody who sees this, please get out and vote, because it's the most important election of our lifetime. And I think that a lot of ugh, I don't know. Just period. Just get out and vote. Your vote
Mm-hmm.
matters. It just does. There's strength in numbers. I will travel more and travel for actual not just for work. I love to work and I work my ass off, and I am never ever intimidated by schedule or by being super busy, but I want to carve out time to enjoy a little bit more and get to experience different cultures and different this world is so fascinating,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to just experience more of it. Not just touch down and go through an airport, but actually be more immersed and maybe live outside of America for a little bit, and not be afraid of like, okay, I can take a month and live somewhere else. I could take 3 months. I could, I was really inspired by when Frank Ocean, I think it was after Channel Orange, he just traveled the world for like a year or two and just lived.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's very important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel that I'm more strategic about my time and who I'm gonna give my time to. And
100%.
I think that, making sure I'm in an environment that's not toxic is so is so important. And so if you need to travel to do that, if you need to smoke a joint, I don't know,
Yeah,
whatever
well, however
is
you
the,
create
how you yeah,
your environment that supports you.
right, right,
So
right.
if that means that you need more variety, more exploration, then that's relevant. And if you need to stay your ass at home
Mm-hmm.
and cry, that's relevant too. Like
Yeah.
just be true to your needs. And I like what you said about just being more discerning and discriminate with who you give your time to, where you spend it. It's so valuable.
Oh.
Time is the most valuable currency, that we
Mm-hmm.
can share.
Mm-hmm. They always say money is time.
Hmm.
And one last note, I know you have such a huge fan base. So with this album, I know it's a cliche question. Um, what do you hope your fans take away from
I
it?
hope that they see themselves in it. I hope that they relate to the lyrics. I mean, I don't want anybody to have, to feel anxious or depressed or whatever, but I know a lot of us do. So,
Mm-hmm.
you can, if you've ever felt like you lost yourself and then you want to find a way to find that confidence again, I hope that this album can be the soundtrack to that for people, um, and that it makes them feel not alone, because that's what music does for me. Is I'm like, wow, okay, I'm not the only person that's banged my head against that wall. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, it's just about that common human thing that links us.
Connection. Yeah, absolutely. I think I have asked you all that I could ask. I do have a little side note that I want to tell you.
Okay.
This is so weird. I don't know
I'm
if I
sure
should
it's
say
not that weird. Tell me. You have to tell me now.
it. I mildly dated one of your band members years ago.
Who? You have to tell me. Mildly dated? Not medium salsa, but mild.
Mildly dated. I say mild because, like, I mean, it wasn't like serious, you know what I mean? So it was just kind of like, oh, getting to know or whatever. But
Okay. Is he still
believe
in
it,
my band?
I doubt it. I haven't talked to him in like eons. This was
Fascinating.
this was probably, oh God. I'm trying to like
Does
remember even
what
when.
what instrument does he play? Guitar? Ah, I knew it.
He's very short. Yeah.
Okay.
He's white.
Oh, then I don't really know him. That's not the guitar player I'm
No?
thinking of. I don't know him
No?
very well. No.
Okay. Okay.
So I
Okay.
can't really, so, mild or moderate, I don't know, but
Okay.
that's
Okay.
funny.
Because I was
I thought you were talking about Kenji. I'm like, oh my
no,
God.
no, 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 no. No, this that's what I said. It was so long ago. You were probably way younger then.
Okay.
But I know he played like for you, and then he played for Joe, you know,
Okay.
Joe, regular Joe, Black Joe, bald
Oh,
Joe.
okay.
So he would just travel and do that.
Yeah. Hey,
But
musicians are fun, and
yeah, and
I have a
that's
few
it.
musician exes too.
Yeah, I mean, it came and went. It's nothing. It was nothing. It's so bad that I kind of forgot his name.
Hey, you move on.
Is that bad? Like I don't think it's.
No, I wouldn't call it bad. I'd call it funny.
Yeah, I don't want to give the wrong impression, but yeah, I was
I don't
like,
care, yo.
at the time, I was like, oh, that's cool, because I was still doing interviews and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, so if you're, hook her up, tell her I would love to interview her.
And
That
look at
was,
that.
look at that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to get it done on your own. That's all. Don't
There we go.
don't rely on other people. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep watching you grow. I feel like you've grown tremendously. I think spiritually, just as a woman altogether, and just being persevering through it all. I feel like you should be the voice for women that you get in this business, you hope for the best, and there needs to be a sounding voice, so you could be the example, not to say don't do what she did, but how to kind of overcome that, you know what I mean?
It's about perspective and making a decision on how you're gonna keep getting back up, or how you're gonna, yeah, be resilient, be gritty. And thanks for saying that. But I am enjoying being in my skin and in my experience more than I ever have. And I really do look forward to sharing some of the things that I've learned over the years with younger women, particularly in the industry, because there's a lot of amazing things. There's a lot of really terrible things that can
Mm-hmm.
happen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm just finding my voice with that.
Yeah, no, I think you did a good job of finding your voice and being firm, about it. So hats off to for that. I
Thank you.
really sympathize, every moment. I'm like, that sucks. And I feel like, what ends up happening, like you said, it works itself out, kind of, the universe does, just because, especially if you have such a good spirit, and I could tell all you want to do is just share your voice with the world, period.
Yeah, I love people. I love music. So if I can, you know, do it for the rest of my life, then that's the goal.
Well, I feel like you will. I feel
Yeah,
like
me
you
too.
will. I feel like you will. And like I said, keep up the good work. I hope this isn't our last chat,
Yeah, I think we'll whip up something together sometime soon.
but let's do it. All right. Thanks so
Okay.
much, JoJo. You have
Thank
a
you.
great rest of your day,
You too,
and good
beauty.
luck on the 28th. I'll be rooting for you.
Yay, thank you. Okay, and happy birthday. Listen to my album on
Thank
your
you.
birthday. Bye.
Bye.